The morning Rome time, and in fact that is why usually heads of state come into the Vatican and they come through St. Peter's Square, and the Pope likes to get in his Pope Mobile about 9:30 Rome time and tool around in the Pope Mobile to greet the thousands of people. In fact, people are already in St. Peter's Square this morning waiting to see the Pope, and you know that connection with his flock is so important to him. It's actually almost oxygen for him. And here we see the First Lady and the President, and then Archbishop Ganswein.
Because there is so much to look at, and of course there's lots of pageantry. Look at the Swiss Honor Guard. You know, it is largely considered that those uniforms, if you will, were designed by Michelangelo, but the reality is they were probably more influenced by Raphael's frescoes, which adorn those walls. And that's sort of a myth that people have thought, well, Michelangelo designed those. Perhaps not so much. Hallie, is there any expectation of what the...
In 20 minutes' time. Now, that doesn't change, and that wasn't changed for anybody. He's made that quite clear. That will go ahead at the usual time on a Wednesday here in Rome. But what you can say about this Pope is that he is something of a charmer. He is himself is someone who has an ability to say one thing very loudly, perhaps before he became president, to say things loudly on Twitter, to take a very firm stance on a number of issues, and yet has sat down quite happily in places like Riyadh this week and Tel Aviv and Jerusalem and listened and made his own speeches and made up his own mind. And that seems to be a pattern that is certainly prevailing through his presidency, given his previous attitude to Barack Obama, his predecessor, and then, of course, when they met in the White House when he won the election. The same could be said for his attitude to Hillary Clinton. So it will be something of a meeting of minds, and I don't expect it to be feisty, but they will certainly both make their point on the issues that concern them.
Absolutely, Francis. And right now we are looking at pictures of U.S. President Donald Trump heading into the Vatican to meet with Pope Francis. He's accompanied by First Lady Melania Trump, who is wearing a head covering out of respect, and along with his daughter, Ivanka Trump, is also accompanied on this trip. He's just gone in